speaking of marketing budgets. So I want to go back and talk a little bit about how much celebrities were paid, because upon further investigation, it seems my projection for the total was 10 celebrities. That was incorrect. So guys, we're going to play Celebrity Marketing Price is Right. So get ready. The next item up for bid in the Showcase Showdown are 10 expensive celebrities and a digital campaign for a game that drove 4x installs since the launch and 11% revenue in tier 1 countries. What is your bid for the cost of the talent only, just celebrity only? And I gave you a hint last week.
Before we bet.
Yeah.
What was the total dollar increase on the revenue before and after this campaign? Just so we have a dollar reference figure. The percentages are irrelevant, right?
Oh, it's like $500,000 in tier 1. It's really bad. Yeah.
Like $1 million. Let's say $1 million. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. They've made an incremental $1 million since this campaign began. Just so let's go.
That's not the right way to think about it, though. They're buying LTVs.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
So yes, we have to wait. This is not Phil. Phil is actually correct on this.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
This is not direct. This is not performance app marketing.
Eric, go ahead. Lay out your case for this, which is why we should be paying attention to the short run revenue number when you're buying lifetime value.
Because these particular people that they acquired are the shittiest fucking audiences possible, and they are going to churn out as fast as they came in. And any incremental revenue that they generate from here on out is likely due to what they should have done from the beginning is fucking performance marketing, because then they get the right fucking audience, right? This cohort is the shittiest fucking cohort you could ever acquire for a mobile game, right? And so you can't possibly think they're going to be generating significant amount of money from these guys at this stage. Because even in 2 weeks, you would have seen conversion and spending, right? From this cohort, right? Of, what did you say? How many people? 4 times the installs, right? I mean, insane amounts of installs, double the install rates, right? So that's what my point is.
By the way, the install rate's pretty low. So it isn't insane amounts. I mean, I would say that the lift is great. We didn't see lifts like this on the other campaigns from Squad Busters and Monopoly Go. So I will say that it looks like from a top of funnel, more installs are happening. I agree a little bit that sometimes when you go broad, you do get a lot of players that aren't going to be the best LTV, but you're going gold mining and you're going to find some nuggets of gold. It's a very expensive way to go mine for gold.
All right. Let's go back to your little fucking... Game.
Yes. How much do you think the talent cost?
All right.
10 celebrities.
10?
They're 2-1
3 million
too.
each? On average, because some get more than others, I would imagine, right?
Yes. Very much.
By the way, the fucking LeBron James ad was insane. Like, he's actually a decent actor.
He's funny.
It doesn't sound forced with him. It was good. Anyway, I want to reaffirm the fact that the ads were actually quite good.
Yes.
So I would say if they spent more than $3 million per $30 million total, I will throw up in my mouth if they spent more than that.
Okay.
It's just disgusting.
Your bid is 30
million.
Yes. Phil, what's your bid?
So 10 celebrities, T1 celebrities, Americans. I would say probably LeBron's the most expensive, and I'd probably go down from there. I'd say LeBron, maybe 5 million would be off the envelope for LeBron, going downhill from there. So what, 5 times 10, and this you get 50. All right, I'm kind of with Eric around this. I'd say probably around 30 million would be my guess.
Okay. Last week I guessed 15 based off of what I thought, again, the tiering, and yes, LeBron was the most expensive. So by Price is Right rules, you were both over.
Really?
So the number is around 25-ish. So you're not that far off. So it's 25-ish. LeBron
for the celebrities, though.
Okay, so let's do the brass tacks, the math here. It's not the brass
That's
tacks.
just talent.
Math. Yeah, that's just talent, right? And then the airplay, the spending on the actual ads themselves were not insignificant. So my $50 million number seems way low, right? So maybe it's 75, maybe it's even $100 million they spent to drive 1 million in revenue.
Yeah, I don't know. I that feels really high. But
really?
Yeah,
I mean, these ads are going out on the fucking NBA playoffs, right?
Yeah, like it's a, that's $1 million to $2 million placement. So I think the thing that I'm probably the most sad about as well is as a marketer, you go into this being like, hey, I'm going to go and make all this additional digital creative. I'm going to put it in UA. I'm going to drive more installs with performance marketing. So the money I'm spending on those celebrities, I'm going to make it back in performance marketing. So I took a look at what is resonating right now for their performance using the Sensor Tower Creative Gallery. And listen, it is what it is, and that's the tool that I have. None of the celebrity campaigns are popping as getting the top share of voice in their UA creative right now.
Okay. All right. I'm going to say this one more time, and then I'm going to lay off of it. There is no fucking overlap between LeBron James and people that play this fucking game. Okay. This is fucking stupid. Okay. There's no way that can drive any additional new audiences that spend money on this game. It is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm a huge fan of LeBron. I think he's amazing. But that is not going to drive me to play some fucking puzzle game, right? It's just, again, it's a marketing fever dream. I know all these marketing guys love this stuff. I would too, unlimited budget, hang out with the stars, watch them do their thing, but just imagine, I've been in these rooms where these people talk about how amazing these campaigns can be and all these ideas and these fucking agencies coming up with the most harebrained fucking ideas, which is exactly what happened with this ad fucking thing. It's just dumb. That's it.
All right.
So to me, you've got to look at the uplift in Royal Match, not just Royal Kingdom, because there could be cross-contamination, right? People SEO. So that's one. Yeah, you got to look at that. You could be seeing decreased CPIs on, we call it performance marketing, but everything, again, is performance marketing. I'm surprised, by the way, brand marketers have conceded that term, because what does that make them? Unperformant marketing? And I would say the other thing you have to keep in mind is that Match doesn't have the same spend velocity as other games like Forum. So you're not likely to see short-run revenue impacts as large as you would have in those genres. Because remember, engagement is tied to monetization and Match. You're only syncing out currency as fast as you're completing levels. People complete levels at a pretty steady rate. I think there's a little bit more going on here, but I agree with you. This is rather silly.
Yeah. So, and I've said it a lot, and thank you, Phil, for recognizing that it isn't just looking at this graph. This is all we have. It's been not even 2 weeks. So there are other factors. I will say, though, that, well, first of all, I agree that I probably would not have spent this much on talent. I have not necessarily seen big talent creative like this be successful in our space. In fact, it's one of the most expensive talent campaigns. It probably would rival Call of Duty in terms of like how much they actually pay talent. I don't know if I've seen anything like this in mobile before. And so that's why I keep harping on this, because it's like, holy shit, this is what we're up to now. But Phil, I play this game. I just cannot believe that the KPIs of this game would have warranted this. And like, why wouldn't you do it for Royal Kingdom? Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand.
Yeah, it actually would make more sense on Royal Kingdom, more established. Well,
yeah,
this is early days for this game.
They did wait 5 months. As a player, like I said, I noticed that they put in the meta card system, which is a great, retentive product feature, but it's like nowhere near what Royal Match has to offer. I don't know. I'm so confused.
Okay, sorry. Let's be clear here. So Royal Match does 60 million a month in March, right? Royal Kingdom does 8 million. This is a very small game relative to Royal Match.
And it's not.
It takes some time to build up DAU, to collect daily active customers. It takes time to build that. But to your point, it just seems like a strange way to launch this one.
Yeah, this is basically almost a launch campaign to some degree, given how the scale of this thing.
So it's like a launch 2.0. And so what I love about this is that they worldwide launched in November. It's been 5 months. The game has been out. It's been performing. They've been adding features. And they're doing what I like to say is the slow and steady wins the race. You have no leaky bucket. You're checking your retention. You're ready to start pouring the dollars into the top of the funnel to get players into it.
Well, they did in the last time, right? We looked at those charts in terms of their download ranking. It's exactly the playbook they used on their last title. Understand the shape of your ARPU curve, make sure things are solid, and then hit the go button. No pun intended.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about creative. So AppsFlyer has a new report. It's called the State of Creative Optimization 2025. It's one of the first kinds of reports that they've done like this. They took a look at over 1 million creative variations, $2.5 billion in spend, some really interesting charts. So they have benchmarks for share of cost, IPMs, retention across verticals. I really liked how they're bucketing this into specific user motivations and hooks and UGC. So there's not been a lot of reports on deep dives into creative that's really broken this out. Like creative, I think we've all talked about this in performance marketing and user acquisition. It's all about creative because you have to figure out what is actually driving all of the algorithms. So in here, they go through each category. They got casual, mid-core. And so you can look at your specific category and dig into that. They have some experts talking. So more on this in the newsletter. We just got it, so I haven't had a chance to like really dig in, but love to see these kinds of free tools. Thank you, AppsFlyer. Love it.